Since the Istanbul bazaars of some 5,000 years ago, retail has been part of our daily lives. But there's been more change and disruption in the last 10 years than the previous 1,000. Some brands and stores we know and love are struggling. Others are shuttering. Naysayers are declaring bricks and mortar retail is dead. But in this environment, some brands aren't only surviving, they're thriving. But how do they do it? Well, we're going to find out. So join me, Andrew Smith, on Off the Shelf, the show where we take stock of the new role of stores and merchandising. Proudly brought to you by One Door. One store doing an inspiring job in this new world of retail is Showfields, this stunning environment that we're in now. And we are super lucky to have one of the co-founders and Chief Revenue Officer here with us today, Katie Hunt. Thank you so much for joining us, Katie.
Thank you for having me.
And also thank you so much for the, I understand it, Chief Bark Officer, Rome, for also joining us for the interview.
I mean, he fit us into his very busy schedule.
I can imagine it would be. Let's have a quick chat about one of the brands that I think is doing a phenomenal job at pulling the lead of the retail industry, at one of the good boys of retail brands that are in this store here. Of course, I talk about the Farmer's Dog. Tell me a little bit about them.
So they're a favorite of mine. I really think they're pushing the conversation forward in terms of what wellness is, not only for us, but for our animals and the animals that we care for. Rome actually curated them. He's a very big fan. And one of the reasons he's such a big fan is I rescued him 2 months ago. They actually do an adoption event every Sunday here where you can adopt dogs.
What advice do you have for people who are, say, in merchandising roles in a bigger incumbent retailer? What can they learn from Showfields?
I would rather have someone walk out of Showfields and really understand the story of the brand and the story of the product that they purchased. And that's, in my opinion, what creates brand loyalty. You know, walking out not with 10 products from the same line, but walking out with one product that you really understand and really love is what brings you back.
Creativity in creating those experiences and the use of natural creativity that comes, I think, too, for some of the brands that you've got in here seems to play an incredibly important role here at Showfields. Tell me about that.
So if you think about each of these founders, they were creative enough to come up with these amazing brands and concepts. Give them a physical canvas and let them go. I think most people come in and are just in awe at first. It's like nothing I think people have ever seen before. I think the new wave is building for storytelling. So if you think about why we have the slide from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor, it's actually not so that people will take a beautiful picture at the bottom of it and share about Showfields. It's actually because we want everybody who comes into the store to go up to the 3rd floor. And one of the best ways to get people up there is an experience. And then that experience actually drives all that traffic down to the 2nd floor. So I think we're going to be able to say that we're one of the only retailers that, you know, has over 80% of the people coming through our front door going up to our 3rd floor.
The voice of and the message that you and Tal and the team here, I think, is going to do incredible things for the industry. If it does nothing but shift the Overton window a little bit to the right for people to start thinking about what that future version of modern retail looks like, I think that would be an incredible outcome. Thank you so much for giving us your time. It's been incredible.
Of course.
And I look forward to exploring more of the store with the rest of your team.
Have fun.
As a retailer, I have to admit, this place is inspiring. Showfields' approach to retail has been absolutely fearless. They saw the way the world was changing and they've embraced that opportunity. They're innovating constantly. And what they've created is this wonderful manifestation of one version of what retail can be. And what they're predicting is remarkable. They're predicting that stores have become the acquisition channel for the retail customer experience, the billboards, so to speak. We've seen how brands like the Farmer's Dog have used this space in a delicious way to serve up the recipe of their retail experience. But what I want to know is, what are the other ingredients in that recipe? Well, we're going to find out, so join me for the next episode of Off the Shelf, proudly brought to you by One Door.